Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm down here in Weston Super Mare this morning. Those boats back there, looks like they've got like powerboats, speedboats, some sort of race going on later I guess, or this weekend. So yeah, no, I haven't read or heard anything about it. I don't mind watching that, to be honest. It was very early in the morning guys, as you probably worked out by now. It's very overcast as well. So I'm just down here, I'm just going to have a little stroll and show you a few bits of Weston that probably quite overlooked, to be honest. Obviously in the first shot there was the iconic Grand Pier. Every time I see a video on Weston, it's always in it. So I thought, well, it's going to be in mine as well. Like I said, it's about not even 5:30 in the morning yet. So I just thought I'd come down early, have a look round some gardens for you. Don't really know what this is here guys. Some sort of sculpture. Yeah, so that's Madeira Gardens there, and to be honest guys, I have seen it looking better, and I think the reason is purely we have had no rain, for no significant rain for, oh, it's got to be 5 or 6 weeks now, and it has been very hot. So I mean, all this type of thing doesn't get watered, so it's all looking very dry, if I'm honest. Anyway, we'll go on down. I'll show you a few other bits and pieces along the way. So we're in the Nightstone area of Weston Super Mare. I'll bring down in front of you there the Nightstone complex, the Grand Pier in the faraway distance with the big wheel. Little bump out in the Bristol Channel there is Steep Holm. Got the RNLI shop there. Now I have heard a rumour the Birnbeck Pier, which we're going around to now, is being restored at a significant cost. We are talking millions of pounds. I've heard a rumour that the RNLI have got an old boat shed out on the island, which they were going to restore, and the RNLI were going to move back in. But I've heard a rumour that the RNLI have withdrawn their £5 million. Now I wonder why that is, guys. I really do wonder why that is. There has to be a good reason behind it. I've also heard rumours, probably controversial rumours, that the RNLI, their donations have dropped significantly. Now why is that, guys? I'm pretty sure I know why. Another one of these sculptures here, guys. I'm gonna have to look this up and see what they are. It's obviously some sort of trail, I would imagine. So the tide is out. The water is looking very muddy because it is a grey day. A very grand Victorian era houses there. A lot of them are flats now. All the way along here though, guys, you have got these gardens, etc. Huge rockery. This would have been once a very affluent town. I think Weston's a bit forgotten now, maybe. A bit ran down. I don't want to run Weston down, not here for that. But I think an injection of cash would help. Far cry from even when I remember back in the late 70s, early 80s, when we had the other pier before it got burnt down. Weston was thriving, and I don't know, it just seems to have lost its identity a little bit now. Here we have another sculpture, guys. So this is, I'm now stood up on top of Birnbeck Pier, viewpoint. Birnbeck Pier is over there in the distance. A lot of work to do on there still. I'll take you over there in a minute, guys. You might be able to see the lighthouse flashing out in the distance. That is Flatholm, and that there is Steepholm. So there is Birnbeck Pier, guys, looking very, very sad indeed. So I did a video all about this with an interview with one of the volunteers. Oh, I reckon it's probably about 6 months ago now. But remember, guys, I'll drop it into the description of this video, drop the link in. So they were starting work on the land side to create a cafe, etc. We'll go down there and take a have a look at that, guys, and see how much work they've done. I can see a lot of scaffolding out on the pier itself, and you could probably just pick out the lifeboat station there, which doesn't sound like that's going to be going any further. I'm not sure. So the garden's just up above there, guys. That is the Prince Consort Gardens. We'll go and have a look at them in a bit. Just sort of taking a semi-look at the work that's gone on here. I want to say gone on. I mean, is there anything going on? And obviously there wouldn't be at the moment. It's first thing in the morning, but I can't really see that a lot's been done, to be honest. Probably more to it than meets the eye, guys. But look how dilapidated that pier is, and they've got some work to go yet. I think it's going to take them about 3 years, apparently. Wouldn't it be lovely to see the Waverley dock out there again on that pier on the right hand side of your shot there? But apparently that's the last thing on their minds at the moment. So I was sort of generalising, saying that there wasn't a lot of work going on. I mean, the buildings don't look as if they've been really touched. But one thing they have done, and I can visibly see the cliff face, they had to shore that up and net it off through fear of obviously falling rocks. They want to open these tea rooms, etc., and get people in. Then obviously it has to be safe, doesn't it? So anyway, let's pop on up and have a look at this Prince Consort Gardens, guys. Yeah, it's got this sort of Victorian style shelter here, guys, built into the wall here. Just a sign of the times, isn't it? You know, they chain everything, got to lock everything up, stop people getting in there and wrecking the place. So this is sort of like a viewpoint for the pier, which is just there, guys. Wouldn't it be nice to see that restored back into the sort of condition of this lovely old piece of Victorian work here. I think that says, can't really make that out. It's a bit, I think it's just 1900, to be honest, but to me it looks a bit older than that. But what do I know? Who am I to argue? So yeah, like I said, we're now in Prince Consort Gardens, guys, so let's go and have a little look around. Yeah, so the gardens here, guys, they're all sort of built into the rock face here. We'll go up some steps and take a look. Yeah, so we've got a lovely little wildlife area here in the gardens. And I'll tell you what, you always feel like you're being watched in these gardens. And I think you'll realise that this is the reason why. They say the walls have ears. This one has little heads. Very strange indeed. Look. There is more, I think. Like I said, it always feels like you're being watched. Yeah, there's one down there, look. Very odd indeed. What's that all about, eh? This lovely pond here, there is various fish, etc. in the pond. Can't see it on any at the moment. I think they're probably a bit camera shy. There's a lovely little wildlife green area here where people can just come and chill out under the watchful eye of little people in the walls. So there's a lovely, what should be a green area, but like I said earlier, where we haven't had any rain, everything's looking so beige, isn't it? There's another pond over there, and I'll just spin you around, and everything's so dry, isn't it? I mean, I'm you know, cut grass and that for a living, and I've not mowed anything for, well, for weeks. And yeah, it's very, very quiet on the mowing front at the moment. You'll be able to see Steepholm out in the Bristol Channel there, and we've got the gardens here, which, like I just said, the grass, very, very beige, I like to call it, beige. But when it is green, it's a lovely spot It overlooks the pier, which is just in front of you there. Have this lovely pond here. Now you can normally see the fish in this one quite clearly, but it is early in the morning and perhaps they're still slumbering. But yeah, lovely lily pond here, overlooking the Bristol Channel. So like I said, people come to Weston, they wouldn't ever come down here. You know, they do the touristy bits, don't they? Like the big wheel, the pier, grab their fish and chips. I mean, you can't blame them. But you've got a beautiful view of Brean Down over there. You can see right the way down across West Somerset, across the Quantocks, all the way down. You can see South Wales in the distance quite clearly this morning, actually. And like I said earlier, this would have been a very affluent area back in its heyday. If you walk up that street, which is between there, the gap between the houses, that will take you up onto Whirlbury Hill Fort. Now I am going to do a separate video on that at some point, because I've done a lot of hill forts, but I've never done Whirlbury. So there you go guys, that is Prince Consort Gardens. So I'm going to wrap the video up. My little mini tour of parts of Weston that a lot of people just wouldn't know unless they lived here. Certainly not the tourists, guys. So guys, that brings me to the end of the video. If you got this far, thanks for watching guys. I know it's not really a walk-in one, it's more of it was just a morning stroll. I have got to do a little bit of work when I get back, and then I have a week off, and the weather is looking absolutely rubbish. They're just saying about the rain and that, but apparently we are going to get quite a lot of rain, and I'm a bit gutted because I wanted to spend a week doing some YouTube stuff, gathering some material together, so I've got a bit of a backlog to work with, but I don't think that's going to happen too much. I'm hoping to go into Glastonbury and do the museum there. There's a museum of Somerset rural life, so that might be on the cards next week, provided we do eventually get some half decent weather, guys. So I'll leave you there. All the best, take care. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers guys.